Good evening and welcome to an evening with Beau Soleil Music Centre, and proudly hosted in partnership with the Rotary Club of Wynberg. It is my privilege to be hosting one of the top music schools in Cape Town, who's hosting their first virtual online concert. And here alongside me is the wonderful Marina Lowe, the current principal. Welcome.
Thank you.
First off, it's a privilege to be here and see your amazing centre, the lovely gardens and the building. It must be amazing to perform and to study here as a pupil. Last year could not have been easy for you. What has the centre been doing in the last 14 months since lockdown was announced?
Well, I think like for all of us, it's been a very steep learning curve. Initially, everything had to shut down, and then we gradually had to put new systems in place, new ways of doing. Of course, our ensemble program was frozen for the longest time. We've now started doing online recordings and concerts. We just had to reinvent the wheel, really. A lot of our pupils were affected very badly by the lockdown, people who lost their jobs, and thanks to the generous donation we got from Last Night of the Proms and Wynberg Rotary in 2019, we were able to offer fee reductions to these students without having to raise our fees.
That's amazing to know that you were able to offer that opportunity to students who are talented but yet maybe struggled in this last year.
Yeah.
And thanks to you at home in the audience of Last Night of the Proms of 2019, you helped make this possible through your donations. And later this evening or during now, you can take out your phone, take a snap scan, or EFTS. Future. Beau Soleil opened its centre in 1983 and has been one of Cape Town's top music centres since. Can you share a few highlights for past pupils who have gone on to perform in South Africa as well as globally or internationally?
Well, there are quite a few, so I'll have to restrict myself. But first and foremost, I'm sure that our audience will all know Brandon Phillips. He is the conductor of the Cape Philharmonic Orchestra. He's also a very fine bassoon player who plays in the orchestra. He's conducted many orchestras locally and internationally. And then Shannon Moday, I'm sure everybody will know she's a wonderful jazz musician, I think currently based in Norway. Her brother Hilton Moday, who writes movie scores, as far as I know, currently in Australia. And then the brothers Zandi van Dijk, fantastic violist, making a wonderful career in Germany. He's the violist of the Signum Quartet, award-winning quartet, and his brother Matthijs van Dijk, who is also an award-winning composer, resident in Cape Town. His music is performed all over the world. Eric Beer, principal oboe of the Rochester Philharmonic Orchestra in New York. Louise Lansdowne, I think she's head of strings at the Birmingham Conservatoire of the UK. And Robert Fockens, professor of composition at the Cardiff University. There are many more.
Wow, that's fantastic, and I think that just shows you the quality of music performed and taught here at the centre since 1983 to have such an array of musicians. And just recently, Jordan Brooks, who's an award-winning violinist, graduated from the centre last year, the year before.
Jordan actually didn't matriculate yet. He received a bursary to finish his schooling at the Chesham School of Music in the UK. So he left in October last year.
Okay, and he's performing in Manchester, right?
Yeah.
Correct. And he was meant to perform last year on the stage of Last Night of the Proms, and unfortunately, we all missed that opportunity to hear him perform. However, at the end of this video, you'll be able to hear his performance and see why he's such a talented young artist. Look out for. Earlier you shared your journey and the challenges of the past year. This evening we are here to showcase the talented young artists who have missed the performance of live concerts. They've all rallied behind this performance, recorded their pieces to raise much needed funds for the centre. Please can you share some of those needs, urgent needs that the centre needs?
I think first and foremost, we would want to continue offering fee reductions to parents and families who've been badly affected by the COVID pandemic and are just not able to afford the tuition. But we would like to do so without having to raise our fees and cross-subsidizing in that way. And then also, because we've moved very much to the online performance platform, we've just been taking recordings with our cell phones. We would very much like to invest in a good video camera and good sound equipment, because I do think that this is going to remain part of how we operate in future. There are many other things on our wish list. We've got some infrastructure needs, a prefab building which is basically rotting away, which we need to replace, and other big ticket items like a grand piano. But yeah, there is a priority list.
Well, if you don't know how to help, we have a Backup Buddy page running at the moment throughout June, so go along to that Backup Buddy page, search an evening with Beau Soleil or Rotary Wynberg, and you'll find our page. There you can just go on, donate, and all the proceeds go 100% to the Beau Soleil Music Centre. Before introducing this nice performance, how are our audience watching tonight and have potentially musically gifted children at home able to enroll in this great centre?
Yes, Beau Soleil is open for any child from of school-going age, from grade 1 to grade 12. And if you go to our website, you will be able to download an application form that you can fill in and email to us. The website address is www.beausoleil.org.za, or you can email the office at info@beausoleil.org.za, or you can phone us 021 7611 894.
Before I start, I wish to thank all the audience for registering tonight to watch this performance live on Zoom, also watching it on YouTube. We also owe a thanks to the last night of the proms audience, who through the last over 30 years have attended the concerts, donated funds, which the Rotary Club of Wynberg was able to distribute to many charities, including the last night, including the Beau Soleil Music Centre. And last year we were unfortunately unable to put the production together, and unfortunately not able to provide the much needed funds that the centre needs in the years ahead. So please go ahead and make your donations. And I wish I'd like to thank a special thanks to Marina Lowe and David West of the centre, who have over the last 2 months, on very short notice, put together a concert for this evening, and I'm sure you guys will really enjoy it. Again, the EFT details and the snap scan are available on the websites wynbergrotary.org.za, as well as our Facebook pages, Beau Soleil Music Centre and Wynberg Rotary.
Our first performer is Kesia Dawson, who will be playing the first movement of Mozart's Violin Concerto in G. Kesia is 17 years old and in grade 11, and she's homeschooled. She studies violin at Beau Soleil with me, Marina Lowe, and is a member of the first violin section of both the Beau Soleil Senior Strings and the Cape Philharmonic Youth Orchestra. Kesia also plays electric violin at weddings and other functions, and she hopes to make a career out of music. Luke Skarma, who is 14 years old, is presently in grade 7 at Sweet Valley Primary School. He joined Beau Soleil as a cello student of Maya Male in 2017 and was one of the youngest members ever of the senior string ensemble. Last year, Luke passed his grade 7 Trinity exam with a distinction. He has participated in the Hubert van der Space Samro competition twice and has entered again this year. Luke will be performing The Tarantella by William Henry Squire. Showcases the advanced percussion students at the centre who all study with David West. They will be performing an arrangement of George and Ira Gershwin's Fascinating Rhythm for percussion quintet. ensemble consists of the most advanced flute students at Beau Soleil Music Centre, all studying with Derek Fennell. They will perform the first movement of a fugal concerto by Gustav Holst. The bass flute part has here been replaced with an alto clarinet. The following item features Luke Skarma, whom we heard earlier, together with Isaac van der Merwe in a performance of the first movement of Vivaldi's Concerto for Two Cellos. Isaac, aged 18, also studies cello with Maya Mail. He initially joined Beau Soleil as a percussion student 10 years ago and started cello 4 years later. He has already completed his grade 8 Trinity exams on percussion and piano, as well as a grade 7 exam on cello, achieving well above 90 on all of these exams. He has been the principal cellist in the Senior String Orchestra for the last 4 years, and he's now also a member of the Cape Philharmonic Youth Orchestra. Isaac is homeschooled, and he's also a composer who was initially mentored by Peter Klatzo and currently studies with Grant McLaughlin. Clarke has been studying flute with Derek Fennell at Beau Soleil Music Centre since 2018. She has completed several Trinity and ABRSM exams with distinction. Jessica is the first flute in the Beau Soleil Senior Band and recently also became the principal flute of the Cape Philharmonic Youth Wind Ensemble. She will be performing the third movement, Allegro con Fuoco, from Edwin York Bowen's Flute Sonata, Opus 120. ensemble features the most advanced string students at Beau Soleil Music Centre. This group has won several medals and awards over the years, including the award for Best String Ensemble. They are coached and directed by me, Marina Lowe, and the concertmaster is Juliet Roux. They will be performing the first movement from the Concerto for Two Violins by Vivaldi, and the soloists are Juliet Roux and Kesia Dawson. Josh Rudox has been a student of David West at the Music Centre since 2011. He has contributed to various ensembles throughout his time at Beau Soleil, including the senior wind band and the stage band. In 2019, he participated in the Standard Bank National Jazz Festival in Grahamstown and also played at the Cape Town International Jazz Festival with the South Peninsula High School Jazz Band. He intends to study jazz performance at UCT next year. Josh will be playing Rosanna by Toto, a grade 8 drum kit piece that uses a halftime shuffle. Lastly, we have a special guest appearance of the past pupil and award-winning violinist Jordan Brooks. Jordan started violin lessons at Beau Soleil Music Centre in 2010 at the age of 7 as a student of Alumni Swanepoel until 2020, when he left to study in Europe. For many years, Jordan was the concertmaster of the Beau Soleil Senior Strings and later also of the Cape Philharmonic Youth Orchestra. Jordan has won both the SAMRO Hubert van der Spey Music Competition for primary school learners in 2015 and the prestigious 35th National Youth Music Competition in 2019. He performed as a soloist with various orchestras in the country, and he was due to be one of the soloists at the last night of the proms in 2020, which was unfortunately cancelled as a result of the pandemic. Last year in October, while still in grade 11, Jordan received a full bursary to complete his schooling at the prestigious Chatham School of Music in Manchester in the UK, where he is now studying with South African-born Jan Repko, who is also a professor of violin at the Royal College of Music in London. True to form, Jordan has been making exceptional progress and recently won the Chatham School of Music's concerto competition with a brilliant rendition of the Korngold Violin Concerto. Jordan will be performing this concerto with the Chatham School of Music Orchestra in 2022. Now we will listen to a special performance by Jordan of the Zigeunerweisen by Sarasate, which was made just before he left for the UK. His accompanist is Tertia Vissadami.
Thank you.